We're live. It's happening. Look at this game. It's a big one.
Western Suburbs and Balmain here. Nathan Loveday joined with Jason Stanton for this one. And Jace, this could be anything.
Yeah, really looking forward to this one. West has been one of those sides that looked super impressive on day one, Nathan. And if they're going to go deep in the tournament, they're going to have to keep building. So interested to see how they go here against the Tigers.
There's Balmain going the attack through to Giglio. And they'll play around the middle structure here. And the ball's picked up and long pass out. And they've got the overlap. And I think the West wingers touched it. No, they've said ball down. And Catalano, as we spoke about yesterday, very dangerous in the jersey 23 as the Magpies get up over the 10, and that was forward off the ruck, and the referees all over that one. Very focused start early by the men in pink.
Yeah, one of the games earlier this morning, it was a real cracker, and the referees really did a great job. So I'm going to keep pressuring them. I want to see quality. I saw quality yesterday. I want to see the same today, right through to the finals. I think the referees are coming first on the table for performances.
Archie there spills the ball. All the Tigers, probably their first chance to attack. And a little bit of dew here, but it is starting to warm up, so no doubt that'll be gone very, very shortly. Here, beautiful conditions for the moment at Jubilee Park, Wagga Wagga. A big shout out and thanks to the council, Nathan, Pete and Caddison, who we've worked with closely in the lead up to this event, and they've once again put it on for us, Wagga Wagga.
Yeah, perfect conditions here. We've got a quickie there to the left side. The winger was on, but he's going straight. I think it's going to be good enough.
McMahon's got there the quickie. So for those of you watching at home, Jace, you care to explain the quickie for the first timers?
Yeah, for the first timers. So when you dump the ball, we want the acting half to give it, like you split, and we want the active half to give it to you very quickly. It's why it's called a quickie, quick from the ground, and hopefully you got the play you've dumped on's not back on side. And you can run at them and hopefully get a try, which is what we just saw there, Nathan.
Daniel McMahon opening the account for the Magpies, and the Tigers here with a chance to attack, and the ball will be played for Thompson. They run what is affectionately known as a rooster. You'll hear that throughout commentary throughout. And Jace, do you care to explain the rooster to everyone?
The rooster, yeah. So the rooster's a middle will dump for the link, as we've just seen there, and then the other middle will come onto it, almost like a settle or a drive. Used to be called a bump and run back in the day, so a bit of a shout out to Mark Boland who made that play up. He's one of our greats here, and then the Roosters were very good at it, so we started affectionately calling it the Rooster for a little while. But yeah, very nice play, hard to stop.
And Catalano earns a penalty there. And JP at the moment in the first 3 minutes in, JP playing a little bit of a different role here today compared to what he did yesterday. He's taken the tough drives to the box and staying off in the attack for the moment.
Yeah, it's a bit of a change-up. I actually think a combination of what we've seen yesterday and today is probably the go-to for Catalano. A bit of that driving and attacking on the back of the drive, I think would make it near impossible to stop him.
McMahon.
This is sharp again.
McMahon doing a bit of dancing here. He's taking on the role of Catalano yesterday. It was all JP and a little bit of McMahon yesterday. So he'll dump the ball and get the counties play in, which is when they step towards the open side, and the long ball over the top, and the Magpies, easy as you like. Thomas Dejowski scores a second, and they extend their lead. A good play there, Jace.
Yeah, McMahon, that was really like, I just like the way he was really composed and he executed it really well. So that technically is a quickie as well, but it's a middle link dump, and he's breaking away from the link, but it's still a quick release from the ground. It's just on a different part of the field. So well done, McMahon, and great execution from the Magpies.
The Tigers looking to get back in action here, and they've got a little bit of an overlap, and the ball out the back through to Avadi, and ball now middle with Merchant, and Avadi will pick it up. He does the red rocket play, and they dummy and they go around, more affectionately known as an obstruction. You'll see it still gets played, and the referees still don't penalise it, but that's okay. Someone will penalise it one day, and I'll be the number one fan of that penalty when it happens.
You caught me off guard there, Nathan, when you said red rocket. I said, what play's that? It just looks like an obstruction to me.
And the Magpies,
you didn't go to me to explain that one. I wouldn't have had much.
No, I think all those sitting at home will be well aware, and once they run behind the players in the NRL, everyone throws their hands up. It's exactly the same that happens here, but it never seems to get penalised. I've been coaching for 10 years. It's been used against me, and Every time I ask the question, I get shut down. The same response is given.
Mate, nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned run around, Nathan. It's all good.
As they go forward on the attack, the Tigers looking to hit back at 2-0. And there's Merchant with the ball. He drives in. They go the outball play. And there's Radamayali there. Radamayali now with the ball. There's no touch there, and you would have seen that perfectly on the footage. And big thanks to Bar TV who are streaming the service here this weekend. So big thank you to those guys. And the Magpies now holding on, and Balmain, they just need to stay in the fight here a little bit.
Yeah, it almost seems like Balmain's maybe just one level off. Like they're fighting the game in the game. They're resilient. West seem to be controlling the tempo. So Balmain's going to have to try and find something.
Bashara goes for the dump inside. There's Amadeo now. There's McMahon again. McMahon picks up, steps up the left. He dummies, gives it out. And there's a try. Sebastian Santos extends the lead to 3. Very simple play. A little bit of running, a little bit of lifting intensity, like you said, controlling the tempo. And a simple play and long ball out to Santos, and they score in the corner to extend it to 3.
Yeah, very interesting too. If you're picking up, if you're watching, have a bit of a focus on the different types of tries. You've got that lateral, the quick release type tries, and then you've got those ones there where they're rolling in, almost a bit like watching rugby union or rugby league. And I think West mixing up the two is very clever, and it's really hard to defend when you've been shown that sort of attack or variety in attack.
As the Tigers looking to hit back, and McMahon's made the touch, but the referee says offside. McMahon, he's been in everything in attack. Now it's time to defend for the young fella.
Yeah, McMahon's been very strong. So is I didn't notice yesterday. I don't know if he was here, but Mark Bashara has been really strong there in these first 5-6 minutes for the Magpies as well.
There's Harry Phillips for the Tigers. Sorry, no, it was DiGiglio, and they give the ball back, and there's Radamayali, and play out ball there, and some good pressure off the line. That was Todd Bonsealer with the touch, and it was caught him played offside, and they get hit back at 3-1. So we're just under 7.5 minutes in, and the Tigers hit back and get on the board.
Yeah, it's a little bit technical, but I might unpack that quickly in case you got any new timers to the game or people coming through. So the defender there actually did make the try line, but he took off early before the play the ball had actually happened, which is still offside. So it's not just getting back to the try line. You've got to wait till the play the ball is played. So hopefully you picked up on that one there and created the opportunity for the Tigers.
And we've got on the sideline here just giving some feedback to the referees, Tony Calabria, not one of the top refs in New South Wales, and if not the country and the world at the moment.
Yeah, are we going to see Tony in action this weekend, or is he just going to walk around with his pearly wisdom? What are we going to see from Tony this weekend, Nate?
Maybe a little bit later. You might have to ask him and give him a quick shout out to see whether he's any chance of running up and down. I think we see him usually on the main stadium at the senior tournaments. I know he's handy off. There's plenty of young referees here, level 2s and 3s that are coming through that he can definitely part some wisdom. We've got Dave Baggio here as well, another one of our top referees in the country and Kim Skelly even arrived this morning. So we've got three of the best in the business here to part some wisdom off to the referees who we want to give some thanks to, and they do a great job. And as I said, there's about 650 games this weekend. As the Tigers, he dances, it goes through. Oh, straight through. It's opened up like Sydney heads. And the Tigers close the gap to 1.
Balmain Tigers, talk about that. I've been talking about West for 8 minutes. The Tigers have said, just keep talking, Stanton. It's 3-2. We're not done. We're here. Straight down the middle like a thief in the night, Nathan.
And Luca Vardy, the play seemed dead. Vardy just went from first to fifth. It was almost Tokyo Drift style. He's flying and gets through, and the Tigers hit back, and there's no panic from West just yet, but here's McMahon straight back on the field, and they'll be looking to hit back. McMahon dancing in the middle, and there's Merchant with a bit of a push and stops the play. He gets a stop there, but now McMahon will get the ball back on the inside, and they've tried to shoot up. There's some space. He's offside. Merchant dives, and McMahon dives as well, and a good defensive set by the Tigers on the back of points.
Yeah, the Tigers have gained some confidence now. They're not overawed here. It definitely looked to be all West early, but the Tigers are they're here to play, and West are going to have to respond.
And there's what everyone will know watching, whether you've played the game or not. That's more affectionately known as a coach killer. That one, when they're they're heading to the box after points. They defend the set and heading to it. They just have a little error, a little lapse in concentration, and they're going to go the sweep play here. And there's Todd Bonseela getting the ball on the outside. He stands him up. Is he offside? The referee says touch. And West
Balmain have tended to handle those sweep plays quite well today, Nathan. So they're really, a bit of a dark horse, these Tigers. They're impressing me.
You see the coach, one of the coaches, a young Barracat, and McMahon picks up. He throws long again to the winger, and he's grubbing it dead. We'll go back for a 20-metre. Oh, sorry, mate, that's the wrong sport. And I'll take it out 7. But yeah, Catalano.
Where are you going with that, Nathan? Is it a dropout? Where you going?
I think they'll go back with a 20 for a 7 tackle set. But the interesting thing so far, we're almost at half time, and JP Catalano, probably one of the strongest attackers. Oh, they're up the far side. Here we go. Fitzpatrick down the far touchline. The Tigers looking to pounce here on the Magpies. And they go for, there's a try score. That was
unlucky.
Probably a little bit unlucky there. The big shove from Amadeo. But the Tigers, they're showing some fight. They're gritting the teeth.
Oh, the Tigers would be really, really hoping halftime doesn't come, because halftime's going to help the West Magpies regroup. The Tigers have definitely got the momentum at the moment.
And here he is, Catalano on the field. Can he get one before halftime? Can he manufacture something? There's the hooter. He's not going to get one. That'll be time. He's about 2 seconds too late, Catalano.
Yeah, I think, unless I'm mistaken, I think you're going to see some regrouping from the Magpies, and this halftime's going to really help them. We had a bit of talk yesterday about playing the 25 or the 20 straight versus the two halves, and this is the perfect example where Balmain's wrestled the momentum off the Magpies, and yeah, this is set up for a big second half.
I'll take this opportunity to thank Guzmani Gomez, who have come on board for the Southern and Northern Conference. We had marketing manager Andrew down here yesterday with Ned, and the boys handed out gift cards, each participant in the Northern and Southern Conference. Sorry to ruin the surprise for the Northern Conference participants, but you'll get a show bag with a gift card and a pair of Fort Knox, the socks. They're very stylish, Jase. You look like you're wearing them right now.
Not bad. Well, I was asked last night, Nathan, what my highlights of day number 1 were, and I did rattle off a couple of these young, amazingly talented players like Catalana, Majali, but that was soon followed by the highlight for me, my GYG gift card, which I'm still quite chuffed about that. Can't wait to get in and get my rat. Healthy food for a change. I need that.
The bit of training this morning, mate, preparing for NTLs.
Yeah, I was trying to get out to have a bit of a run. One of the young 10s or 12 girls walked past and said, Dad, that old bloke's lost. She wanted to know why I was running up and down the touch field. She thought she was at the Junior State Cup. She said, this guy's 150. So definitely they keep me grounded, these young talented players coming through, Nath.
Yes.
But do the standard's high, isn't it? I know we joke about it a bit, but you look, if I reflect back on the last 5-10 years, it seems like every year or so there's just these massive jumps, and touch footy, such a great sport when you look at all the different skill sets, and we're getting young boys and girls long balls, hitting short, quick dumps, sweepers, really the full repertoire of skills on show.
Yeah, well, as you said, there's Wes and Catalano's out there. After that rev up, and Catalano gets a quick, I think it was forward, and the referee spot on the money. But as you said, that standard just continues to lift, doesn't it? It just continues to get better and better from a younger age. They see stuff on TV, your Pongers, your Pappenhausens, even go back and that famous try of Marshall, it's all shown. And as you said, the kids just get better and better, and the technical coaching comes in a little bit earlier as well. So it's important to get those skills from a young age to be able to make sure you match it. And you see the men's opens players now. There's a lot at the state cup, for example, where I know you played the over 40s, but you watch plenty of the men's opens, commentate a lot of them, and the kids are getting younger and younger into men's opens, and the skills are on show from a very young age.
Well, 100%. Well, you mentioned Benji Marshall, and that's something that maybe some of the audience might have, probably a little bit before their time, but there was the famous flick pass and all that. I think I lost count yesterday. I probably saw 12 or 13 of them from some of our boys and girls coming through. So it's just become a standard skill now. Whereas I think,
There we go. Oh, is it Nostradamus? I'm standing next to Nostradamus.
We did say it's a standard skill.
He's just called it. And the ball out the back from Santos, the flick pass. Oh, and the Magpies. A bit of magic.
I think Santos heard us talking about the flick and said, what's Lovedale Stanton on about? I might try one of them. Flicks it out the back. Try.
Oh.
I think I saw 3 people leave the coffee line and run down to the fence. That was outstanding.
The Tigers back to halfway. The Magpies extend their lead. It's 4-2. It's game on here at Jubilee Park. And there's that play that you unpacked before, and he's got some speed. He gets there. The diving touch was made by Bashara. I'll stay on the attack here. King playing the ball. King wants the ball back, I think. No, he doesn't. He splits off, and they're pointing in directions, but the Magpies, they just retreat to the line, and Will Stone is touch with the ball.
Yeah, the game's definitely picked up, Nathan. Both teams, I think they've reset. They've settled into the morning, and you can just see the whole tempo's up. Balmain's meeting them in defence now. West are picking up their drive. This is really set up for a big second half.
As McMahon will get the tap, and a little bit of a false start, a little bit of a goosey, and they get forward, and there's Abdullah with the ball, and he gives it off to Sarkis, and Sarkis gets some metres. There's El Batari. Switches up Catalano, and Sarkis will look the dummy half, and Catalano will get the ball back. There he is. Quick, he steps, he dives. That is sharp. Best. We didn't see him in the first half. He may as well have been sitting up here with Mum Ada, but there he is for the second half. And they extend their lead to 5-2.
Ada Catalano in the crowd, jumping up and down. Sit down in front, please, in the VIP section. And that's when JP's absolutely at his best, not with the dumps close in the line. He's a fraction out. The defence has got to come up to him, and he rolls in, and he's near impossible to stop, Nathan.
As we mentioned, very quiet first half from JP. Obviously, this is a war of attrition here at the Junior State Cup, and some of the 18s will play up to 8 games in the 30-odd degree heat. So maybe there was a bit of a tactic to start, but the Tigers are sharp here, and the right middle there, probably offside, probably unlucky not to get a penalty there, but good, as you mentioned before, running into it. The plays here makes them look dangerous. The ball's picked up, and it's thrown. There's an intercept here. Oh, put the foot. Oh, the ref. Oh, he's called it back. To be honest, Jace, in 30-odd degree heat, I wouldn't want to run 70 metres either.
Oh, the referee heard me get excited about the intercept, and he said, no, everyone calm down. So very good call there from the referee, picking up the West defensive line offside. And this is I think this is a really this is turning out to be quite a good platform for both these teams, irrespective of how this result goes, because Balmain's definitely lifted, and if they're able to carry that sort of intensity and momentum throughout today, that's going to serve them well. And same thing with West, where they went a bit into cruise mode. Balmain sort of really stepped up, and then they've had to regroup and come again, and that'll serve them well later in the tournament as well.
Well, this is a Pool B match with West currently on top, and the Tigers in 6, and they're putting up a good fight here, the Tigers, and they defend that set again, and the lead of 3 is probably, with the way West controlled the game, you'd probably say a lead of 3 is pretty fair at this stage. Yeah,
it's probably fair. I was just reflecting back with McMahon, who's obviously been really strong, but McMahon and Catalano, that 15 out running in, it's just a whole another thing that the defence needs to handle.
And they've turned the ball over the Tigers, and they're on the attack, and McMahon, no relation to Vincent Chain of WWE fame, but they're still on the attack. The Magpies. Bon Sailor there, he steps and dives, and I think he's short. And it's a good touch by the Tigers. They're a little bit stubborn in defence, aren't they, the Tigers? They just keep turning up
scrappy.
For each other.
I love it. They're scrappy. They're in the game. They're not letting West overall them at all.
And they come back. The short side is in a little bit far, and it's a good diving touch. I think he's made that. It's a very good touch. Jai Dillon Good touch, young fella. He's done well. He's turned. It's outside of using a bit of foot speed. The wing's very hard to place to defend. Probably somewhere you've never been, Jace, on the wing, outside of when you're trying to have a breather.
Oh, no, just when I board the aeroplane. But Santos got the ball down there very quick, which I thought was, cracking effort. But Dylan for the Tigers was equal to the task.
This defensive set here, I think number 4's offside, and it's a good pickup. This was some good refereeing here from the man here on the far side in pink. The 4 was miles offside. You hopefully would have seen that on the camera for all you Tigers fans at home that are sitting down at Timbrell Park on the big screen watching, and get the penalty, and the referee have turned it over for not square, unfortunately, as we at 4.5 to go, just under, and McMahon wanting a breather, I dare say, and heads to the box. And there's Sarkis now turning on, and Catalano's on again, and ball's away to Sarkis, and they're going to go. Oh no, there's a winger out there on the far side. So middle here. So Catalano there, as you said, he's running into it, and the Balmain go for the stall, and they do that. Catalano's back to static, and there's missing, and he didn't get over the ball, and they continue to go. Catalano gets in. And it's like shelling peas for Catalano. Little
Sarkis,
simple quickie. Sarkis scores. And Catalano just that advantage of getting over the ball quickly, getting to the side.
Oh, stop riding him, mate. Stop riding him. It's just the angle of the camera, Nathan. I'm sure he got his foot over it.
He'll play it properly once this weekend, I dare say. He'll get there.
Well, when he gets Kim Skelly and those other refs, Tony Calibra, they'll be all over that when it comes to the big games tomorrow. But just a quick terminology thing about getting square. You'll often hear players or coaches or commentators be talking about he's not square, you've got to get square. Pretty much all we're talking about is you have to be facing the goal line or facing the score line when you dump the ball. So if you're on an angle or you don't step over the ball, that's when you'll often hear us talk about, well, you're not square, as in you're not square to the try line. So a little bit of terminology.
And as a coaching, it's all about keeping your hips square as well. When you're a defender, you hear coaches talk a lot about keeping your hips square and shoulders square.
Yeah, it's used a lot. Yeah, those that have got the young ones playing rugby league or rugby union, we talk about hip square through contact when you're making tackles. It's sort of quite a used term, so it's good to sort of see how it's used in touch. And in touch, that's what we're talking about, square to the goal line.
Yeah, sweet play here.
Oh, wow.
That ball.
Is just...
And Jai Dillon, he saved one at the other end. He scores one here, an important one for the Tigers. 6-3.
That's silky smooth.
Well, there's
how
life,
about that?
there's
Score
hope.
a try when no one gets beat. Just pick it up, bang, try against the run of play. And West is, and we saw this a bit yesterday, West are susceptible to the odd lapse in concentration, and that's something that I'm sure they're going to have to be mindful of going into the bigger games tomorrow.
Yeah, so they've only got 4, so they're only playing with 10 players. So at the moment, so I think a little bit of heat comes into that, and they run around play with McMahon, and there's Bashara, tops it over the top. Todd Bonsala dives and he scores.
Finish.
The Magpies hit straight back. Some quick hands. The run around play, as you spoke about earlier, Jace. The run around play and Bashara, your man from earlier, also gives it over the top to Key and Todd Bonsala.
Yeah, Bashara's shown a bit here, Nathan. We might have to keep our eye on him for the rest of the weekend. He's showing some little pockets of brilliance, Bashara there, and that finish off the left, off the right, down low. Amazing display of skill there.
And the Tigers now pick it up, and he's offside, and he tops it over the top, and no advantage from the offside player, and the referee will go back for a penalty.
Good
call. Officiating.
Good call, Nathan. We've got to give you a whistle, mate. You called that about 3 seconds before the ref did.
Like they always say, Jace, you've got to be good at something. So the ball's played, and
yeah, we're all good at something. I'm still looking for me, but I'm glad you've worked out what you've got going.
Solid defence here from the Magpies. They'll be looking to hold on here just under a minute to go. Attacking the line, and they're looking just to stall, I believe, and the ball's played on the out, and he stands him up, and it'll be Jacob DeGiglio with the ball. And
yeah, so you can see the referee here with really good comms. What he's trying to do is to get the West line to be coming forward. You've got to come forward off the line until the touch is made. So you can see him really good comms pointing, directing him forward, giving Balmain a good opportunity or a fair opportunity to attack. And now he'll come back for the penalty because they didn't go forward. So that was a good example where the referees got up in the line, great comms, West haven't been able to respond or comply, and it's resulted in a penalty.
I think that play is on. I think they're going to run out of time here, the Tigers. But that play was definitely on. That winger on that far side was in a fair way, and it was just a pass. It was a bit of a no-look, sort of straight off the ground. He probably had a little bit more time than what he thought.
Yeah, it took the words out of my mind, out of my mouth. I said he had a lot of time to hit the winger then.
And they're going to throw it willy-nilly here. There's a flick again, and that'll do it. And the referee's coming back for a penalty. And he's going to let a quick one go here, I think, and they're going to pack that short side. He throws long over the top inside, and it's all happening here. Bit of razzle-dazzle to finish our morning. And that'll be a touch, and we'll call it there. So that's full time, Jace. Thanks for your time. I'll join you a little bit later on up here.
Thank you. Great to be here. Thanks for having me, Nate.